Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Gabby, and this channel is all about me sharing tips and experiences of my family's immigration journey in hopes to help you successfully navigate your own immigration process. Because yes ma'am, yes sir, you can do it yourself. Be sure to check out my videos with my husband sharing his immigration story, where he talks about how he prepared for his interview and what actually happened at his visa interview. I have that video playlist linked in the cards above and in the description box below to watch right after this video. I also have videos on my stepdaughter's recent immigration story. She immigrated here from Ghana earlier this year. But let's jump right into today's video topic. This is one that can definitely feel like a depressing moment when you finally made it to the consulate or the embassy to have your visa interview. But don't worry, we're going to break it all down. I'm talking about the 221G administrative processing, what it means, how it applies, why consular officers are often vague about it, and what steps you can take after receiving it. So grab a pen and paper because this is going to be a helpful one. So first off, let's talk about what exactly is a 221G. You may have heard it referred to as administrative processing in immigration circles, and it's essentially a section of the U.S. immigration law that gives consular officers the authority to delay making a final decision on your visa application. Now, don't panic just yet. Getting a 221G doesn't mean you have been denied a visa. It just means that the consulate needs additional information or further review before they can approve it. It's sort of like hitting the pause button on your application. There are a few reasons why this might happen. For example, the officer might need more documents, or maybe they need to verify some information about your case with other U.S. government agencies. This can involve checking your background, verifying your employment, or any number of things that aren't immediately clear during the interview. All right, so let's picture this. You're sitting across from the consular officer during your visa interview. You've answered all their questions, handed over your documents, and things seem to be going fine until they say,
"We need to put your application in administrative processing under Section 221G.
They might hand you a slip of paper or a form with a list of possible documents they need, or they may just tell you to wait for further instructions. Now, this can feel frustrating because there's often no immediate explanation. The officers don't typically go into much detail about what's missing or what they're looking for. And that brings us to our next question. Why are consular officers vague about 221G? You probably wondered why our consular officers are so vague when they hand a 221G. It's a great question and one that a lot of people struggle with. There are a few reasons for this. First, the officers themselves often don't have all the information right away. Administrative processing can involve multiple agencies or departments back in the U.S. doing background checks, and the consulate might not know how long that will take or exactly what will be required. That's why they tend to keep the explanation general. Sometimes they're simply waiting on results from another department. Second, for security reasons, they can't always disclose exactly what they're looking into. The process may involve checks for things like national security concerns, sensitive data, or verifying aspects of your travel history or identity. It's all part of protecting the U.S. immigration laws and national interests. So while it can feel like you're left in the dark, remember that vagueness isn't always a bad sign. It's often just a matter of protocol. Now let's talk about what you can do if you find yourself in this situation. First things first, if the consular officer gives you a list of additional documents or information that they need, make sure you provide those as quickly as possible. The faster you submit them, the faster the process can move forward. Second, keep an eye on any communication from the consulate or embassy. Some people are asked to wait for the consulate or embassy to contact them, while others may need to take action. So it's important to know exactly what's expected of you. If the consulate or embassy does not ask for additional information, it means your application is being reviewed internally. In this case, it's really about waiting patiently and being prepared for it to take some time. All right, I know what you're thinking now. Is there any way to speed up this process? The short answer is, unfortunately, not really. Administrative processing is often outside of your control, and consular officers have to follow strict guidelines. However, there are a few things you can do to avoid unnecessary delays. Number 1, provide complete documentation. Before your interview, make sure you got all the required documents organized and ready. Missing paperwork is a common reason for 221G delays. 2, follow up professionally. If a significant amount of time has passed, say 60 or more days, you can follow up with the consulate or embassy. Just make sure to be polite and professional. You can send an email or use any specific inquiry process that the consular or embassy has in place. 3, involve your attorney. If you have an immigration attorney, they can also help by reaching out or advising you on the appropriate steps. Remember, consular officers don't typically have much control over the pace of the administrative processing, so there's not much they can do to accelerate it. To sum it up, receiving a 221G administrative processing notice can feel stressful, but it's not the end of the road. It's important to stay organized, patient, and keep communication with the consulate professional and clear. I know that waiting can feel like the hardest part, but just remember you're not alone in this. And the system is in place to ensure that every application gets the review it needs. If you're going through this process or have questions, feel free to drop a comment below. I love to hear your experiences or any tips that help you during your wait. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell for more videos that help you navigate immigration and life thereafter. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye.